let's see this valid palindrome problem. I mean, this is an easy category of problem, but you find difficulty when you actually start solving it because characters are involved, and if you not very familiar with how to manage with or how to work with characters, you will find difficulty. If you take this first example, it is actually a palindrome, but provided that the case that you have to remove or you have to modify this to this, just removing extra space, extra elements, and making everything to lowercase, then you can compare and you'll get the result. So I mean, is this not the brute force? I mean, we can just clean this to this, and we can just reverse the string and compare with this one. If that matches, we'll say that this is palindrome. I think this is what we can do for brute force, and that should work. So if you see this, I've just taken a small example. I can take another also, but let's try to code this. We can have a cleaned string at the end that we try to match after reversing it. So we are taking that variable. Also, we can have a for loop to iterate through each character given in this string. For each character, now we are converting or checking if this is a letter or a digit, and we are just appending the lower case of that letter to cleaned string. In this way, we'll end up getting this kind of string because we are not considering any other than characters. So cleaned will give you that, and once you sorry, I was not able to spell reversed. So once you reversed using simple string builder, you'll get a reversed string. And why not just compare these two, the cleaned one and the reversed one, and return the result. This will self-sufficient to give you a boolean result. Let's try to run this. It is showing false because we have taken OP. Now let's try to optimize this. How can we optimize this one? If you try to think, it is a palindrome, right? We are reversing it and then checking. Reverse meaning the first point character and the character at the end will be the same. We just have to take care of the uppercase letters, spaces, and any extra other than characters value. Those we can tackle, then we'll just able to find in the single iteration using 2 pointers. What do you think? So why don't we try that? So let's take 2 pointer. So for both pointer, we'll check if it is matching or not, but the actual challenge comes here to increment and to decrement the pointer. That is what the actual challenge for every pattern for 2 pointer problem. So far we got this. We can take a while loop. We can take left character, and this left character is containing only the left pointer characters. So we'll have a character or a cleaned character from the left. It is a candidate that we need to match with a right character. Let's take the right character and let's try to think how we can move the pointers. So if it is not a character or digit, we can just increment the left pointer. Similar way, if right pointer is not pointing to a character or digit, we can just reduce the right pointer. If that is not the case, then we can just compare. If any point of time a left pointer is not matching with the right pointer character, then we'll return false. So we are doing it as fail fast so that we don't have to, like, if you get very long string, you don't have to spend time, sorry for that, we don't have to spend time in visiting whole length of string. And in this case also, as this is an ideal case, because if we are not returning false, then the characters are actually matching and we just have to increment the left pointer and decrement the right pointer. I think you got the idea, right? And at the end, if we passes all these hurdles, we can return true. So let's see for this example. This is returning false because our input is OP. Now let's take some another example like this one. Try to run it and let's see if this works. So this is returning true. That is what we required. Now when we are confident with that, we can paste this problem to Leetcode. So let's just paste this one in Leetcode. Let's run the simple test cases. All are passing. We are submitting this. So it's beating 49% of the programmers. But the only thing that will trouble you in this scenario is sorry about that again, is this character handling, right? So just go through this. This is a frequent class that we will use going forward in every other character related problem. So better you should have a good idea of this. You should know how many inbuilt functions for that we have, and you can also try to execute that in your local environment using trying to do any POC, right? If you want this method, just go to this method and try to see the implementation and try to implement by yourself. This will give you confidence to using this next time. And also if interviewer will give you a follow-up question that do not use character, then in that case that will be beneficial for you. So yeah, see you in the next one.